Hello. Today is Wednesday, December 18th, 2024, and I am Jason Shapiro with crowdedmarketreport.com. So today was not a great day for risk assets. Obviously, we had the FOMC. My thought yesterday in the video was that if, in fact, he was going to cut rates by 25 basis points and then come out hawkish, that people were going to want to sell that, which clearly they did. I didn't think it was going to be to this extent. Okay. My thought was that they would sell it at first and then it would probably, after getting everybody to sell it, would rebound, or maybe tomorrow will rebound. It certainly didn't today. We'll have to see tomorrow. But, you know, I just have to say again, when positioning on something like the Nasdaq, which is the market leader, is showing this. This is showing people are massively long Nasdaq, okay? Look at the commercials. Massively short, okay? You don't want to be long a market there. Does it mean a market can't go up? Of course, the market can do whatever. And in fact, this stuff got here back here, and the market did go up, okay? But over time, the risk reward of getting into a massively crowded position like this is not good. And doesn't mean it's going to go down tomorrow. Doesn't even mean it's going to go down this week. It doesn't even mean it's going to go down at all. But what it means is the risk reward is not good at all because people are way too long. And should something come out that is seen as negative, like what happened today, there is a shitload of people that have to get out of these longs and there's nobody to buy it. And that's what happened today. Okay. You know, you talk about no one to buy it. Like, look at the action. There was just no one to buy it. Okay. This is the proof of that. So this is no magic in terms of market timing, right? But these are things you want to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to this positioning stuff, okay? Because it skews risk reward. Skews risk reward. Like I say, doesn't mean the market can't go up, but it's not good risk reward. The downside is much harsher than the upside in this particular situation. And today, that's what happened. I didn't know today was going to happen, but you know, that's what happened today. This is what happens when things get crowded like this, right? So just a thought on that. Another interesting thing in the stock market, I think, is the fact that the Russell, which was seen as the big beneficiary of Trump's victory, because he was going to bring it all home and make America great again, is now below where it was the day before Trump got elected. That's bad tape, man. You've now got all these people that got long since Trump's election on the Russell that are all out of the money. As they say in technical analysis, that's a lot of overhead supply in there. These are a lot of trapped longs now. Not good. Not good. As for the rest of it, I would say I'm surprised that the bonds did so poorly. I would have thought this kind of pause in rate cuts would have been bullish bonds. And it certainly was not, okay? Because they, along with stocks, got hit and found no bid whatsoever. If I were to buy something, I would have been buying bonds. I didn't. I don't have a setup. I don't do that. But surprised me on that one. Horrible. The 5 years, it was a massacre in the belly of the curve. Just an absolute massacre, right? This is a new low on the bonds here. This is when the Fed cut 50. This is where we are now, right? This is where the Fed cut 50 is where we are now. We're making new lows in fixed income. It's not a very good thing. And I would have thought stopping this rate cutting would have helped that. But as of today, it certainly did not. Okay. And everything else did pretty much what I guess it should have done given this whole action by the Fed, right? They're not cutting rates no more. Well, that ain't good for gold. And it wasn't. That ain't good for silver. And it wasn't, right? That ain't good for currencies. and it wasn't. Look at the Aussie, right? I mean, let's take a little longer look at these currencies over here. I mean, the Aussie made a new low, right? Still not crowded, surprisingly enough, right? Pound, after everyone got excited the last 2 days because the British stuff was stronger and all that. Straight down. Canada, new low. Canada is getting crowded. I love this. I love that this caused the dollar to go up, because to me, my next big trade is going to be short dollar. And what I love even more about that is I have not put it on yet, because one, the crowdedness has not gotten to the level where I needed it to get to, although I would argue in Canada it's going to be there now. But two, I didn't get any market confirmation. So I need both of those things in order to put a trade on. I don't care how crowded something is. Unless I get market confirmation, I'm not going the other way. Haven't gotten that at all in anything yet. You know, euro back to lows after everyone's getting excited. Swiss back to lows, right? This one's getting close, right? Euro arguably getting close here, right? So I love the dollar move today because it's going to give me an opportunity somewhere in here to do it. And when I do, everyone will know, you know, a crowded market report. We'll talk about it and we will know when to do it, but it certainly isn't yet. It's making new lows. Just like we don't short new highs, we don't buy new lows until we get a market confirmation. Okay. And then we had Bitcoin, which was having a nice little day today until this whole thing went down and all assets went down and everybody sold Bitcoin. It's just what people do. It's like hair trigger. I mean, things go down. Okay, sell everything, right? I think it's interesting that MSTR is off about 30% from its all-time highs now. And Bitcoin is really where it was when MSTR first hit its all-time highs. So Bitcoin unchanged in that period and has been most of the time higher. MSTR 30% off those highs. I don't know what the average cost for Bitcoin is on MSTR. I think it's somewhere around 60 or 65,000. I think that it would be very, very interesting if we ever got there again. I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to 65,000, but if it does, it would be very interesting because this guy has essentially just done what many traders have done in the past. He has pyramided in on leverage, to a winning position. And that works great when things are going up. There's nothing better. But the flip side, obviously, is when things stop going up and go down. It works just as poorly on the way down as it did work well on the way up. And if he starts to go out of the money, God forbid, on his Bitcoin investment, and it's on leverage, and he has borrowed money to do it, that's a shit show waiting to happen. And I continue to believe, whether right or wrong, whether now or later, I don't know, but I continue to believe when history is written for this market, that will be the poster child for Tulipville. Okay. I'm not saying Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. I'm saying MSTR is a Ponzi scheme. And Ponzi schemes have a way of blowing out. You know what? If it ever did get down there and he did blow out and blah, 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 and all of a sudden they would have to liquidate all his Bitcoin, all that would probably be the best time in history to buy Bitcoin. Don't know if we ever get there, but it would be great if it happened to me. Anyway, not to hurt the guy, but just as me as a trader and trying to find opportunities. So those are the thoughts. You know, we had a change today, right? And it wasn't just that what I was saying yesterday, which was that, hey, he's probably going to cut 25 and it's going to be like a hawkish cut. No surprise there. Everybody knew that was coming. You know, it was definitely the consensus. But the problem with it was more hawkish, truthfully, than expected. They went from assuming 4 rate cuts next year to 2. That was pretty bad. And the market reaction was in kind. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. See if we can get any sort of rebound, which was originally what my thought was yesterday. It will also be interesting on Friday when we get the PCE number. Because I think the most important thing here of all of it is whether people are buying this dip. Okay. I can tell you people didn't buy the dip in August. They haven't really bought any of the dips for the last 2 years. It seems like now they maybe want to buy the dip. And if in fact they do, and we are already seeing, you know, this huge long position in the Nasdaq, right? If they continue now to actually buy the dip like they claim they will, you know, look, things have changed. Now you can get bullish, right? No one ever wanted to buy the dip before because they knew the recession was coming. Well, now we've got the Trump administration in, pro-growth, low taxes, take out regulations, cut government spending. This is all bullish stuff. So now they have every reason to buy the dip, right? If they do, we're going to be in a danger zone. All right. We'll monitor the positioning, obviously, to see if they do, because we don't know if they will. But if they continue to buy the dip here and get even longer here, they're going to run out of money, right? We've already seen a lot of this data that has shown how much money has been invested in the stock market in the last 2 months. Is it record amounts? Because there was so much on the sideline. That money on the sideline is coming out. And if it continues to come out into a dip, it means there's going to be a big problem going forward for the markets. But let's see if they do that. If they sell the dip, well, then we'll just go right back up. You know what I mean? Just like we always do. It's a bull market, right? They sell the dip, they get scared out, it goes back up, and on we go. But if this time they buy the dip, and I think this is the highest probability time that I've seen that where they would do that, then I think there's going to be a huge problem. Okay. So we will monitor that and talk about it as it goes. And I hope that all helps. Please like the video. If you liked it at all, please check us out, crowdedmarketreport.com. Check out our Substack, check out our YouTube videos, leave questions and comments. Always happy to hear those. And we will talk again soon. I hope everybody did okay today. And I hope everybody will do okay the rest of the week. And I hope everybody has a great holiday. All right. Thanks, and talk soon. You stay classy, San Diego.